What's up, Hippo lovers? TTL Finals in 15 minutes. We have the Dream Final, Hera versus the Viper. Game number 1 will be on Hideout. And we are looking at the Viper playing Bohemians and Hera playing Humans. Lots of mind games in this one. Typically, Humans is civilization that goes for the second town center, and Bohemians kind of tries to punish them in some way. Hera himself, expecting that the Viper is going for some aggressive play, and opened archery range, went on to gold early on, and was simply expecting the Viper to go aggressive castle, which did not happen though. As we can see, Viper is opting to just go for the very simple boom. Later on in interviews, they said, there was a lot of mind games going on. Viper just a pure boom, and Hera with a very delayed second town center villager advantage, non-existent here. Viper instantly adding extra town centers, eco upgrades, as we can see it. Further even tries to go for the very economic approach, and does something very beautiful for himself, namely scouting those archers moving out. And from there on, he said he felt, okay, this is looking really, really good for me. No real aggression from Hera. Yeah, he's 14 villages ahead, but as you can see, the resource collected not as crazy as an advantage, and Hera tried to make something happen but couldn't really do it. Defensive castle coming in, and Viper from there on just is pushing relentlessly. Mangonels, Hussite wagons, relics being collected behind this one as well. We see some engagement shenanigans here, but Boganian's just way too good in those scenarios. Viper then goes for more forward castles. The pikemen doing a really good job of clearing up the light cav. Hussite wagon and Mangonel dealing with the archers. Hera tries his very best, but can't do anything on equal footing there in the economy. And Viper, with mass castle push, reaches Imperial Age, and Hera has to tap out. Both players agreeing that if Viper went for forward castle, it probably would have been Hera's game, but this was the instant GG after reaching Imperial Age. Viper with the 1-0 lead. Which brings us to game 2 here on Spiral. The Viper is playing Lithuanians, obviously wants to build the dock earlier, have the better economy. On the other side, we have Hera with Poles, wants to make use of his farm bonus, and the spawn as fortunate for Hera as possible. Just ignores the berries and deer and can just go for farming. Really easy walls for him. And that's why we see, well, lots of walls and neither player really finding any damage. Yeah, we have scout openings from both players. But as we see, Hera already really walled, Viper with a tight base as well, and the KDs therefore shockingly low. This is the first real scene where we got a bit excited. 7-3 the KD at this moment. Lightcav are getting in while Hera wants to expand and get the TC out on the open. Loses some villagers here, as you can see too, but now the Lightcav are coming over to save the day. Overall KD 5-7, and even that villager is being saved. Nice move by Hera here. And TCs are being added behind this, so very boomy approach from both players. It was mainly dominated by Lightcav from both players here. Not too much happening, as you can see, 17-14 KD. And this is the moment where Hera is getting his first damage in. Gets him with some Lightcav. Villager 5-1, and well, we'll increase that a bit. And both players already on the way to Imperial Age with very few kills. And therefore we have the setup to go to Imperial Age. Full Halberdier for the Viper. Hera goes mainly cavalry. But those monks are getting quite some value, converting over and over again, and it's Viper simply playing full halberdier on a very open map, trying to defend the left hand side, trying to defend the top. And take a look at the eco KD. It is skyrocketing for Hera, who is continuing to push in with traps moving forward. Now even techs into Arbalest against the full halberdier play. Viper even a bit nervous. He wants to delete the lumber camp. Misclicks there, deletes the trap, and that castle instantly falls to the trap fire. So both players with some shaky moves here, and Hera's production just so much better, gets to full cavalry. Monks behind this one, still getting more and more conversions as you can see, and now Arbalest completely shrekking all those halberdiers, and Viper with the limited goals, not able to transition into anything else. Look at that army composition now on the hill. We have both unique techs here for Hera at this point as well. More conversions coming in, and Viper's just trying to use his army to its best potential, but Hera on the hill, Monks being used, Monks being saved, Halberdiers lost at the front, and Viper just taking poor fight after poor fight. KD not pretty for him, armies getting cleared up completely, and this is basically the story of this game. Just way better Imperial Age fights for Hera after the big boom, and a big win against an early pick of Lithuanian, the Viper. Game 3 happening on Socotra, and Hera is out here trying to lame as early as possible. Viper then shooting 2 goats. Hera tries to block the elephant, tries to get there, but not in time. Viper will get that one, but villagers still pretty active. Shoots 3 of the zebras. Viper's now trying to get over, tries to lame a bit back. Mayans for Hera, Teutons for the Viper in this really hectic one. Skirm opening for the Viper against the Eagle defense of Hera. And Viper sees okay, Skirm's only limited against the Eagles, is pulling lots of villagers and is going for a massive tower rush here. Blocking the gold at the left, now moving over to block more of the gold and stone. Skirm's pressuring this area. Hera with a really good job. Defensive tower is losing all 3 gold spots controls though, in quite a problematic situation, but on the way to Castle Age and is on stone, and he actually is ignoring the gold problem, is building a castle, and that one is clearing up the 2 towers, and now we see how efficient Eagles are against a feudal age player. Viper's Castle Age is so much delayed because he needed to build all those towers, villagers in there as well, idling quite a bit, and Viper is going for a lot of quick walls, saves most of his villagers, but now is still a big headache. Those Eagles just constantly very active. Viper tries to defend here with Mangonels, for example, but you see how good of a unit Eagles are again on low economy situations. Viper tries to save the Mangonel, for example. Town Center is trying to help out, but Mangonel dies, and that results into the effing GG by the Viper, and Hera takes a pretty quick Game 3 here on Socotra. Nice patient play, even though all his gold was controlled. Gets the castle up, and therefore gold control Eagles. Simply better than Skirms. Into Game 4. Hera is playing the Persians here on Coast to Mountain against the Viper Goth. And he's playing a barracks opening, goes for quite some militia. The reasoning for that is simply to kill lots of the deer, maybe harass some of the wood line, maybe block some of the gold. And as you can see, Hera will be, well, really low when it comes to his zebras here. Viper continuing to be annoying, militia trying to block the gold. Behind this, Hera full water, but could only afford 2 fishing ships, now goes for fire galley, and Viper is contesting the water a bit now as well, till we get the big fights here. Spearmen and men-at-arms. Hera missed his quick wall there for a small moment. Men-at-arms trying to fight against the villagers. Now the scouts are coming in for the clear up, but it's still 2 spearmen finding lots and lots of kills. And Hera loses all his scout numbers here. Men-at-arms still active on the map. Meanwhile, Viper is winning the water. And all of a sudden, Hera is sitting at 0 villagers on food. Is going for the archer defense. And now no more deer around his town center. Is losing his fish. Has to go away there. And after this one is pulled away, Hera now with idle TC time to the moon. Couldn't really produce anything, had to go for a lot of farms without any horse color here. Now it needs to build a wild mill, and Hera in big problems and falling behind in economy. Viper therefore faster to Castle Age, going for quite some aggression with the knights, with the archers. Hera defending quite nicely though, and is going for lots of cavalry himself. Well, Viper is simply going for the 40C approach, full pikemen in the center. Hera is trying to make something happen with light cav, but nice block here with the spearmen as well. And you see Viper Pikeman upgrade at the perfect time, gets the conversion, gets the kill. Lightcav now even coming over to kill the Monk, and that triggers the GG. Viper equalizes this set. Jumping into game 5, the Viper with that 6 against Hera with Magias here on Land Madness. Viper gets the early boar steal, quite nice for him on a map where we only have 1 boar per person. And Hera needing to push a lot of his deer, which he did quite heavily. And Viper with a nice early lead. Opening then from Hera, still going scouts. And on the other side, Viper simply opening with the archer range and some spearmen losing his first eagle. And Viper, okay, tries to go for some early aggression, but Hera nice and early, already having the skirm numbers out and can push this army away. Viper not even trying to contest anything here. Then goes back and we go into a really interesting feudal age war with like 3 armies for the Viper, archer, spearman, eagle against the skirm scout composition of Hera. And it's so much dance and so much micro. Absolutely lovely. Even massive armies being built here in Feudal Age. As we can see, big fight upon us. Hera just waiting for Bloodlines to take the engagement. Spearman numbers nicely reduced by Hera constantly, but losing all the skirmishes. Now we see the big engagement, and that's what you love about Age of Empires, right? 4 spearmen only, make it 3, 2 more arriving though. And this is a fight that we are judging to be slightly better for the Viper. As we can see, both players pretty much reset here and now have to think about Castle Age. Look at that 20-minute Feudal Age fight, and both players really low in resources. Transitioning to Castle Age, both players still fighting here shortly before Castle Age. Viper later said that he was tapped out at this moment. Steam somehow opened for him and lost a lot of Eagle HP here before Feudal Age, but still Hera taking that great fight, and we say that it's not relevant for the outcome of this game. Viper now struggling a bit to find gold. This one is very blocked off and did not or was not able to find this one in the back. Even sent a villager out to scout. Now is building a town center pretty poorly at the stone in the back, and felt like this one was too open and couldn't really get onto gold. Really inefficient here. Now is going for eagles and is going for a pike defense with triple TC. Didn't really know what to do and felt like, okay, now I need to take some risks, otherwise Magias is winning. And that's something we never see from the Viper. 11 pikemen, 2 monks out on the map. Okay, get some knights, get some value, but still a pretty desperate move by the snake here for sure. Archers now microing down the spearmen. Hera even transitioning into more and more crossbows here, and Viper with his defensive 3 TC play, not where Aztecs are really shining. Make it 4 TC now after finding the gold. Crossbows microing down all those pikemen. Lightcav killing the monks, and Viper out of options, lost so many villagers, 40 plus here against all this, and Hera with a 3-2 lead. The economy expansion of the Viper not easy to protect on this map, obviously. Game 6, and we are on El Dorado. The Viper is going for Sicilian, Hera for his Malians. We've seen a lot of times, and interesting approaches here by both players. Nice highlight scene here for the Viper, trapping the scout of Hera last second here. Vaults this one in quite nicely, and the Viper's approach is to go for the center. Goes for the gold, goes for the stone, opens dungeon. Meanwhile, Hera tries to go for the same and gets the scout there quite nicely. Has the dock at home and has a sneaky dock trying to counter Viper's approach. Who is playing 2 defensive docks here and even reaches that scout with quite some interesting range. And Hera getting the upper hand a bit, even killing a fishing ship early. Viper a bit late there with all his repairs, can't get that one in time. Now even loses a dungeon here at the front. As you can see, all the stone lost there. Nice move by Hera, and Viper not really getting the value and floating a lot of food, but not really producing. And sergeants, this attack, like 3 sergeants, 2 scouts. Hera had no chance of clearing this one up, and it's just feeling like Hera is playing a really controlled game. Very few walls, heavily focused on water. And as we can see now, the double stable play going into Castle Age. Hera still playing this one incredibly open. Viper still with all the control in the center. Castle Age advantage, more than 1.5 minutes for Hera with all the safe fish that he has in the back. And then Hera is jumping for it, goes into the middle, builds the castle. Viper tries to desperately defend it, tries to build a second dungeon against this one. Spearman here for the defense. No real numbers there out on the field though. 7 light cap against only 1 spearman. Now a scout being added, and Hera is getting this castle off. GG, well played, congrats. And Hera is your TTL Season 3 champion with incredible adaptive play to the strategies that Viper threw at him. A well-deserved champion. That's it from me. Goodbye, Hippo lovers.